on Hyperia's opening day, I went on it 3 times. Now, I would have gone on it probably 4 or 5 times across the opening day, but of course, we all know what happened on the second day. But not to worry, it should be back on Thursday, and of course, I'll be wearing that again for the reopening day. So, here is my review of Hyperia. Starting off then, you walk into that area, Fearless Valley. Sounds very similar to another area that opened up this year. And you walk in and it's pretty nice, yeah. You've got the Cloud9 treats, you've got the Hyporium, you've got Hyperia, of course, off to the right. What else have you got? You've got the Fearless Fuel, I think it's called. I can't quite remember the name. And it's pretty good. There's some good planting, there's some rocks, there's some wooden shavings, the resin floor, I think it is. It's all very nice. Except those storyboards in the queue, but on the other side, where there's actual people, have nothing on them. Yeah, not very good. Something needs to be put there, definitely. Then you walk through that massive 15-meter Hyperia sign, and oh my goodness, the views from the queue are incredible. You can literally see the coaster at every viewpoint, and the fact that you can get that close to the track is mind-blowing. The interaction with the turnout bit, incredible. You get waves from everyone. You might have seen me cheering a lot. Yeah, absolutely incredible, the views that you get from the queue. I love it. I love it to bits. Then of course you go up into the station. Wow. The lighting in there is absolutely incredible. Not well themed. There's a pipe and like an anvil thing. So it's all right. But the lighting, the smoke effects, the music, oh my goodness, it is amazing. I can't even describe the station. And you get all the atmosphere on opening day, everyone cheering, coming out of the station or going into the station after riding. It is incredible.
Oh my god! The atmosphere!
So that brings me to the ride itself. That turnout bit, I said, great interaction with all the people waiting in the queue. And then you go up that 236-foot lift hill. The views of the park are mind-blowing. You can see everything. I can't even describe it. And then that drop, you feel like you're going to fall to the ground. Best drop anywhere in the world, 100%. Better than Oblivion's drop. You literally feel like you are falling out of your seat the whole time you turn around. That Immelman, you've got great speed going into that turn and going over the hill, the top of it, I can't think of the word, back down into the drop. I was out my seat that whole time. Then that turnaround bit, best bit of the ride. Honestly, so disorientating. I talked to John Burton about it and I absolutely loved it. It was the most confusing element I've ever been on. Very close to that inline twist on Ride to Happiness. It's just mind-blowing. Then you go into inversion after that, and then the dive loop. The amount of hang time that you get is bonkers. You're dangling out of your seat, seeing the whole queue above you or below you. Can't even think. You see everyone in the queue and you just think, wow, this is incredible. And then you go into that splashdown, bit of a trim break, but not too noticeable because the ride is just too hectic. Go into a splashdown, maybe the water can have a bit better timing, but oh well. And then that wave turn, you get absolutely flung out of your seat, straight into the turnaround and into the brakes. So where does it rank in my list of roller coasters that I've ever been on? I've done 72 in my time so far, and it's in my top 10, 100%. So let's give my top 10 list. So before Hyperia came into this list, my top 10 was Galactica, Nemesis Reborn, Terran, Osiris, Shambhala, Wickerman, Smiler, Tutatis, Fly, and Ride to Happiness. So where does it rank? Well, you are never going to believe it, and I am so glad I live pretty much down the road from this park. But I might get hate in the comments for this. It's my new #1 coaster in the world. I absolutely love it to bits. Better than Ride to Happiness by the slightest amount. Now, it might change because the atmosphere of that day was incredible. But for now, my new #1. But of course, I wasn't the only person who did Hyperia on opening day. My dad did it too. So, who better to hear the review from the man himself? Oh, Dad! So, Dad, what is your review on Hyperia?
My review on Hyperia. Well, after spending many weeks of being very anxious and nervous about going up that massive lift hill, I discovered the hill wasn't as bad as I thought. It was actually quite smooth going up. Going over the top isn't the sort of oblivion going over the top or soar over the top. But once you're facing downwards, oh my goodness, there's no track, there's nothing there. And in a moment you're thinking, oh, I'm not sure about, you're on to the next bit of the ride. And it just keeps turning from one thing to another thing to another thing. And then it's just so exhilarating. And at the end of it, you don't know what just happened. It's quite incredible. So I'd say if you're scared, it's not scary. It is exhilarating is what it is. It's just there's all that stuff that you feel before you go. I mean, here's my certificate. I found my Fearless. And also, front row ride. Yeah, this wasn't some mid-carriage ride. This was front row, over the top, looking straight down, no one else there. So, whew, quite exhilarating. I'm still a bit now from it all. So,
and of course, you can watch my first reaction to riding Hyperia on another video on the channel that I will link at the end of the video, and our reaction together.
Is this the voice one?
Yeah.
The voice, that's mainly me screaming, by the way, but you'll hear at the end, I did like it. The screaming just helps me deal with the changes. Right, see you later.
Bye-bye, Dad. Enjoy your day. But yeah, #1 in the world. Of course, I had to get some merchandise. You can see the Hyperia hoodie there. Find your Fearless on the arm, which is the wrong way round. There we go. Find your Fearless, and in the hood, I don't know if it'll pick it up on the camera, but there's some lovely wings. So yeah, very nice. And as my dad already mentioned, we did find our Fearless, signed by Neil Poulter and John Burton, who of course I met, and he loved my banana suit over there. Yeah, thank you very much for watching. That has been my review of Hyperia. Make sure to like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe for more videos coming very soon. But yeah, #1 in the world, down the road from me. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.